Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about something a little different. Today we're going to talk about process, and basically I haven't had one for a while because sewing for dolls is a little bit different than sewing for people. And I'm trying to get my shop open, and I have been a little bit scatterbrained about it because I keep seeing all the beautiful things in my sewing room that I like, and I keep bouncing from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And I haven't really concretely focused on anything yet. So what I thought I'd do today is I came into our studio space, and I brought a bunch of things that inspire me. I have my Smart Doll Cami here. This is the Moment Sculpt, if you're not familiar with Smart Doll. But I call her Cami. And I also brought in some tea because I'm going to have a nice cup of tea today. And some things that inspire me, some fabrics that I like, as well as all of my drawing tools and my Archer&olive journal, which I absolutely love. And I will talk a little bit more about that while I'm drawing. I'm going to refresh my tea here. And yes, I did put milk in the pot, and I know that that is not the way it's normally done, but I didn't want to have to keep going back downstairs to get milk. So I am going to get started. The first thing I wanted to do is I took out my journal because I'm going to actually give myself a nicely done list of things that I want to work on. So I am going to start writing down some of my ideas, some genres that I had, some specific things I wanted to make, and then I am going to start doing some sketching because I need to get these ideas out of my head and onto paper. This is an Archer&olive dot grid. I love this notebook. By the way, anything that I mention here is obviously not sponsored. My channel is not big enough yet, although, I'm totally open if anybody wants to volunteer. But this is an Archer&olive notebook. The pages are 160 GSM. Which means that you can actually use watercolors and wet markers and things like that, and you'll have very little bleed through. In fact, I will actually go back and show you some of the things that I have actually written in. Here's my index. This is a mix of different types of coloring mediums. This was my front page. Welcome to the year 2021, handmade by me for me. And now I am going to get started on that list. Do a little bit of making it pretty and girly because that's very much me. And one of the things I like about this, and I feel like people should really do this, is that it makes me more invested in what I'm doing and more invested in my book. So if you're somebody who has had a hard time keeping a journal or a planner, this is actually a really good thing to do. Just kind of make it something that's pleasing to you. So I'm just we'll go with that. That's fine. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I just got these. These are Archer&olive acrylographs. They are paint pens. This one is gold, and I haven't even tried it yet, so we're going to give it a shot. These pens have to be started, so I'm just going to go into the back of my book and sort of try and start it by tapping it a few times. That's good. It's probably going to leave a mark on the back page, but that is okay. Fancy gold is very much my aesthetic. I think I was born in the wrong time. These are actually really fun to write with. I haven't tried the gold pen yet. I've tried a few of the acrylographs in some things, but it's not perfect. But that's okay. It's just for me anyway. Well, and for you right now. So one of the things I've had on my brain is doing some Lolita fashion because I think Smart Dolls are particularly suited to that. And I'm just going to make a note that I want to Smart Dollify it. Smart Dolls, they are sexy. They have ridiculously long legs, and you can make them cute, but they have sometimes you just got to add a little bit of sex appeal to the outfit. In Lolita, you have a few different, there's a bunch of different genres, but I was really interested in doing more of a Rococo, I'm not sure I'm spelling that right, inspired things. So going into restoration type era. I'm also interested in doing something a little bit more dark, goth, and I have some fabrics already picked out for that. One of the other things I had in my mind was doing I have a beautiful leopard print knit, and I have some plans for that. Mini dresses, tees. I also have already started a black knit maxi dress. And let's see, what else did I have in mind? Oh, I was doing some 50s retro. Some shorts, some pinafore styles. And let's see, I need some tea. But this will actually help me a lot because I just needed to get these ideas out of my head. So the next step in getting them out of my head is going to be actually doing some sketching. And I think I am going to start with, oh, where should I start? Let's just do something Lolita. I actually like doing that, especially since what I have in here to inspire me is very much of that vein. So the first thing I'm going to do is I actually printed off some croquis, and if you were not someone who has ever experienced these before, they're a little bit hard to see right now. I don't know if, yeah, getting it a little bit closer, I can show you kind of what these are. But they have a very faint outline of a human form, and that is on purpose because you don't want it to interfere with your drawing, but you want it there for reference. And I have this one, and then I have one that has more style lines on it to help kind of make it easier to see where things should start and stop, etc. I got these from a book called Pro Fashion Sketchpad. This is by Emiliana Magnus, I guess is the name. And it has all kinds of different shapes in it, and there's even like, you know, there's larger forms. I think there's shoes in here as well. Yeah, so there's like even shoe templates, etc. So this is a really cool book. My husband got it for me for Christmas. I think he got it on Amazon. So I'm no serious artist, so I just wanted to like have something that I could use as a reference to kind of get my ideas on paper. So I have a couple of these croquis books, but I really like this one. So I just got this pencil. I'm going to try using a mechanical pencil, even though I do have some drawing pencils in here. I'm just going to try using this because this is a new pencil. This is a Uniball Kuratoga. It's a 0.7 millimeter, and I have a tendency to break mechanical pencils. I love them for the convenience and the fine point, but I have a tendency to break them, but supposedly this is supposed to be difficult to break, so we'll see how we do. So, for sketching Lolita, Lolita is exaggerated anyway, but I think I'm gonna start thinking about, I think I kind of want to do a higher neck, something with a higher neck, like maybe I'll start there. I'll start with the idea that I want to do some kind of a ruffled neck, maybe some lace, maybe something that kind of comes down and it's more exposed here. And do we want a poof? Maybe a little poof, a slight one on the sleeve. I like that. Nothing crazy. I don't want it to look too exaggerated. These are some things that I've just been picturing, and I think I could do this in maybe like all of this is like a lacy top and maybe some chiffon here. You know, all of this is very, Smart Dolls are very anime inspired, so a lot of this is in anime. Practically everything is in anime. I'm discovering that. I'm very new to that world, but I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to appreciate it, which probably makes John, my husband, laugh like crazy because he's been trying to get me to watch anime with him. Like, we've been married almost 15 years, and he's always tried to get me to watch with him. So here we'll do some sleeve ribbons. think it's going to stay a short sleeve, but I'm going to actually just kind of allow you to see the arms on this girl a little better. But I mean, if you're interested in Smart Doll and you're not really a sewing person, but you'd really like to make your own clothes, this is a really good place to start with your ideas, especially since a lot of people are intimidated and they're like, I can't draw like all of those, fashion designers that you see, those beautiful sketches that they do. I can't draw like that either. But the whole purpose in them is not, they're for you. They're for you to see what works and what doesn't and what you have in mind. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Maybe, okay, so maybe it wants to be more of a vest type thing. Oh, well, that wasn't fun. There we go, that's better. I think maybe like a vest, and then we'll do like another bow right here. Do sort of a tight vest front. This is not really Rococo, but like I said, this is Smart Doll and anime, and we can do whatever we want. It's a good magical girl outfit. I am going to do a big bow that comes down here. Oh, I'm liking this. I think this is going to be fun. And then, yeah, it's not the best sketch of a bow, so we will do a little erasing there. So some of these ideas are in my head and some of them are just coming out as I go. I mean, I've had something similar to this in my head, but not really refined. Okay, so this will have some seams that come through here. Maybe, it might be corseted, but it might just be like a princess seam that comes down. And then maybe the blouse comes out. Maybe it's two pieces. We have a little flow of blouse that comes out at the waist. I like that. And then the skirt wants to be rather full. See, this is the reason for the lines on the croquis to be very faint, because when you color over them, you won't see them as much, but they're there for your reference. So her knee is here, and I've stopped it just a little bit above the knee. It might even go shorter than that, we'll see. Because you can with the Smart Dolls. I could take it right up to just below her hiney. This is nice. I wouldn't wear this personally, but I mean I could, because you can wear whatever you want, but I would not personally wear this, but I love it. So I am actually happy to be doing this for the dolls. I've just drawn in these like pleat lines, but I think maybe it wants to have some pickups. So where the skirt comes up, so we can carry on that bow idea that we had. So we'll put some bows here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe she really likes bows. Maybe we can do, should we do a large bow in the back? That would be true to form. I am feeling the sketch right now. So you can see this is very much my aesthetic. I love everything girly and feminine, and that's why these dolls work for me. I mean, I'm also a very modern person, but in essence, I am very, very old-fashioned and girly. I think it's too many bows now. I like the bow in the back. I like these bows. I think maybe I'm going to take these away and we'll do something different here. I like the pickups. Maybe I will replace them with, I don't know, rosettes or a button. Like just repurposing a button that's actually out of scale for them. That could be kind of cute. And then she needs some kind of little wristers. I don't want to do gloves because it's difficult with the hands, but a little wrister thing would be kind of neat. feet just made out of lace. Now the proportions on this are close, but not quite accurate because of the ridiculously long Smart Doll legs. And she could wear boots, but I think she would probably wear a shoe. I think we will go with okay, this is where I start to really do bad because I cannot draw feet. We will try. I'm feeling pretty good about that. We'll give her a little bit of like hair because it seems weird to not have something going on with her hair. So we will give her a little badly drawn ponytail action just so that she has something. Yeah, I feel okay about this. Let's see if we can get it pulled up here. All right, so I have a sketch that I'm reasonably happy with. I'm sure it will get tweaked in some ways. Maybe we'll add some, some buttons or gems or something like that. But I feel pretty good about this. So I think what I will do now is get some color onto it. Okay, so this was one of those fabulous moments in YouTube land where we ran out of storage and I continued to do all of my coloring and we lost everything. So we're just going to take a look at what I did. Here is my finished sketch. It ended up very magical girl and not Rococo Lolita at all, so I'm actually putting that one back on the list and I added magic girl in. So this is what I ended up with. We went with a pink and brown color palette. I added in some gold accents for brocade and to represent brocade. I think that might be a direction I could go in. I still didn't decide whether I wanted to do a flower or a button, but this is the finished product. Cami seems to approve, and I will go over very quickly what I used for tools. I did go back in with my gold acrylograph from Archer&olive, and I used Tombow watercolor brush pens, several of them, and a Fudenosuke Mono Twin pen to do my inking afterwards. This was really fun. I had fun doing it, so I hope it showed you that you don't have to be a great artist to use this process. I hope you liked it. I hope seeing me do this process was helpful in some way. If you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments. I would also love to see what you thought of this color palette, and is there a color palette that you would prefer? What would you have chosen to do? So let me know that in the comments as well. And that's it from me and Cami. If you want to see more of this content, like, subscribe, and you can also follow me on Instagram. I do post some things like this now and again. We'll see you again next time. Take care.